And hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. We have today a very, very special guest here. That is Dominique, the guy who wins and wrapped everybody in 2019. And the Onewheel is a very young guy and is going to be the future, I think, from the Onewheel. Is today here to show us a little more and for us to learn a bit more about riding a Onewheel, because he's a very special person riding a Onewheel and in other sports. Today we're going to see it a little more about him and know him. Hello, my friend. How are you?
How's it going? Really excited to be on the show with you guys. And yeah.
Okay, let's start it, Mike. You are a person that do lots of different. First of all, I want to say to everybody there, if you want to follow him, you're going to see. I'm going to leave all the links there. You're going to see his Facebook. You're going to have his Instagram. I'm going to leave all the links there, and I'm going to leave some links like this one that was when he win the race 2019. That is, and I'm going to leave the complete race here. Then you're going to see it. Everybody is there, and you're going to see all the information. And then we're going to show some videos from him. And of course, he do lots of sports. If you see direct here in the first photo, you see what he is doing here. And I think I see some videos from him, and I think that is fantastic what he can do with different types of boards in the water and on land. So, my friend, how do you start it? What was your first device that you start to use?
So I came from a family that kind of whitewater kayaked and a lot. And so I started whitewater paddleboarding when I was about 9 years old, and kind of kayaking before that, but really whitewater paddling then. And I started doing kind of the whitewater paddleboard racing circuit and traveling around the country and racing whitewater paddleboards. And a lot of people had Onewheels, and I really, really enjoyed them. And then about 2018, I got into one-wheeling, and the first 2018 race for the rail was in Vail, and I had a board for about 2 months. And I traveled to Vail to compete in a whitewater paddleboard race, and Race for the Rail was there as well. And so I competed there in 2018 and kind of fell in love. And my good friend Justin, he started Float Life Fest, and so I help him with Float Life Fest sometimes, and I go to then I went to Float Life Fest 2 after that, and yeah, it's kind of been
that is the best fest. If you have a Onewheel, that is the best fest you could going to.
Oh yes,
that definitely is like crazy. That is like the best thing you can do in your life. We are in Germany. I know there is lots of friends like today, like Ignar is now here. He was in the third festival from Germany. He flight, but now in a moment, because we are with this COVID-19, we cannot fly to America, and then we feel the third 1.5. I think that was the number they put it. Was not
3.5. Yeah, it was like a little one. It was like a one-day event.
Yeah, because of this problem with the COVID. But I hope this year is in September is going to do it again, and they opened the doors for us that we can come and visit you guys in America, because I think that is a very, very special event. Then when you tried the first time the Onewheel, that was the first electro device that you try it, or do you try before another one like skateboards or something like that?
Not really. Like, I guess I had ridden like an electric skateboard once or twice, but really kind of Onewheel was the first thing that I rode. And I was like, first time I rode a Onewheel was probably pretty close when they came out, like 2016. And it was actually the first Onewheel race was at this paddleboard race on the French Broad where I live in Asheville. And it was like 2016. It was before Race the Rail. And Justin Thompson from Float Life Fest kind of did a paddleboard race. And then like in the parking lot, they were like, oh, let's race these Onewheels. Because in the first Onewheel rep was this guy, Luke Hopkins. And he and he lived in Asheville, and he kind of sold everyone in Asheville on the Onewheel. And so Asheville is kind of this really early adopter of Onewheels.
Yeah, in America, everybody loves the Onewheel, my friend.
Yeah.
You see the groups for the Onewheels of 28,000 persons inside of the members of the group.
Yeah.
That is like crazy. No other group is so big like this
No.
one. Not in skateboard, not in nothing. That is like fantastic. And for you, my friend, as a rider, what you love more about the Onewheels? Do you love more trails, or you love more uh, going on the road, or doing just crazy stuff?
I mostly ride trails. Like I do about 20 miles of trails a day, 15 to 20 is my
Ooh.
goal, kind of for training and before races. And I live on trails. So I live, where I live is like right next to this big trail mountain bike area
Mhm.
called Bent Creek. And so I will go out there and ride that a lot. And yeah, that's where I focus my energy riding. And yeah, that's my favorite type of riding.
That's why I come direct to the point here. We're just going to talk about this is for you, my friend. Do you expect to win this event? Because I see the event and I see you powering everything. Do you wait to win? Was your expectation to win this event? Uh, because
I
you
don't know.
know this.
I feel like for these events, if you make it that far, you need to go in with the mentality that you're expecting to win. And I feel like everyone kind of had that mentality. And you need to go in with like, I'm going to win this race. But what
Yeah.
I kind of focus on is I'm going to win this race. But first and overall, I'm going to ride the best I can. So I'll take a rest day before or something, and I'll just try to prep myself and get ready to ride the best I can. Because if that isn't good enough for me to win, then that's kind of part of it. Because most of the battle, like I've found, is it's a big mental battle as well as physical. You need to be in the right headspace and everything, so you can be the best rider you can on that day.
Yeah, I think the ride was fantastic, and I think you ride it very well. With I see the second race from you, and you control the race, and you see your tempo, and that I think that was the best option. Lots of guys sometimes they ride too fast, and then they lose the control and everything. And I see how you ride. You show to everybody that sometimes you have to wait for the right moment. You can come from the back and go to the front very fast, and that's what you showed. Like in the same year, it was a girl with young boys who win everything, and she was fantastic. You leave all the guys, the experienced guys, on the back like you. And I think that is do you think now when you win, that brings lots of young people to ride the Onewheels, but because before was more uh, old persons riding?
Yeah, and I think the price tag is a very big barrier for kind of people my age
Yeah.
and people that are younger, because it is expensive to
Mhm.
get into this sport, and there's and it's not really that big yet. It's getting momentum, but it's still like, for someone to drop that much money and then spend that much time on something that isn't massive can
Mhm.
be kind of, yeah, challenging for some people.
I think that is the price. I think the price is very expensive too, and I think everybody. I think that was very nice if we can go to a little less price for the young people to come and buy these boards, because like in Europe it's very expensive. Not everybody buy it because it's more expensive than by you guys, because you have to pay the taxes and everything. Uh, what is for you as a rider, my friend? You the Pint and the XR.
So
Uh,
I used to have a pint. Now I have three XRs, and so it's it's kind of it's the best board for riding trails, and it's the fastest, the most stable, and just the pint's a good board, and it's an extremely capable board, but just the longer range and the being able to go faster than the pint comfortably. You can still go pretty
Mhm.
fast with the pint, but just the XR goes up to speed more comfortably and rides at high speeds way more comfortably than the pint. But they're still amazing boards. Like, I wouldn't say you can ride anything. Like, I could ride everything I ride on a pint or an XR, but yeah, I like the XR more.
I have friends like me that they ride very fast, and they have started with the pint because of the price. That was always the question, is the price, and then they updated to the XR. And today they say most of them they say, I love my XR, but the pint has some benefits, like if you it's not so heavy, you can go in a city, you can it is easy to make some things, but of course the range, the power, the wheel is bigger, you can go everywhere. The XR, the XR is the board, you can go everywhere, you can destroy everything. Like in this video, I think that was who make this video. This video was very good, very good. I see it in the beginning, and is like, here you show your skills, and I think there you can see how it's a big machine, this well, the one wheel. As you imagine, what you think is, for you as a rider, what you think we need, we the riders, we need more from this one wheel. What you think you recommend that is failing, that that you have to have in this one wheel?
Like something that you could improve, or like
Yeah,
accessories.
yeah,
So
like improve.
like something that I would that's kind of a weakness of the one wheel is definitely the kind of the motor, and
Yeah.
just how it's put together, and a lot of those problems are fixed on the pint versus the XR. And
Hmm.
so like kind of the hub bolts, but I mean there's not really many things I can say bad about the one wheel. For $1,800, the capability of the board is amazing. Like, what you can do with that one wheel and what you can do for $1,800 is insane. Like, the fact that you can get an electric vehicle that will ride trails and pretty much hit everything off-road out of the box for $1,800 is amazing. Because to get any other thing that is capable of doing what you're looking at, like an electric mountain bike or something like that,
Yeah,
you can't really do as much stuff that you can on a one wheel on an e-skate.
one wheel is like a machine, my friend.
Yes.
It's like a tank. You can do everything, that don't get destroyed. But sometimes I have persons here from. I have one wheel, that is. I have the V1, and I have now the XR. And my question is always like this: the V1 was with 500 watts, and you have the XR is with the 750 watt power.
Yeah,
You
and
think you need? You think do you need more power?
and the not really. Like, that 750 watts is really good. It probably would be nice to have more power, but I feel like right now, so far, it's an amazing machine, and that's where it's kind of the pint and the XR. The pint is still an extremely capable device. Like, you think that it's smaller, you're not gonna be able to do as many things, but you can do pretty much everything on you could do on XR, because it is the same motor. It's just in a smaller form factor. And so, like, if you're looking at a Pint or XR, like, if you can go and get an XR and you can afford one, then I would say get an XR. But a Pint is still an extremely capable machine, and I would still highly recommend.
Yeah, I think that is for me as a weight. I'm a very heavy guy. Then a pint for me is not my type. I love my one wheel, the XR, because you can do everything you want. And with the pint, I tried, and it's too small for me. But I think for not too heavy guys, is a perfect board. But I love my Pensa, and I love my V1. Is small, don't have so many range, but today you have the chance to put a battery in your back, and you can do. But the power from the XR is always better. For you as a rider, my friend, do you like to ride? I know that you tell me you like to go on rails and off road, but you like to go in a day or in a night rides, or just in a day? What is for you?
I mostly ride during the day. I mostly ride during the day just because it's much easier to ride trails during the day, and it's because most of the trails I ride are very technical, and it
Mm-hmm.
does get a little sketchy to ride them at night. So
Yeah, that is good.
yeah.
And for you, my friend, as a rider, what you use normally when you race? Because I'm seeing here in this photo, you don't use no protections. You just use your helm. What as a rider when you go like a race? What you what you use as protections normally?
When I normally ride, I don't really wear wrist guards or knee pads. But when I'm racing, I'll throw on a set of knee pads and wrist guards normally. And before races, like if I'm before races, just so I don't get hurt, I'll throw on some knee pads and wrist guards. And I wear a helmet all the time. I'm really like I don't get on my one wheel without a helmet.
Yeah, I think Wellman is very important. I see you all the time, and I think that is very important for you to use your helm. And the other thing, well, do you think like you? I'm a person who use the Vega most of the time, and now I changed to the off-road tire. But most of the time I ride with my Vega off-road too, and there is some difference, but I don't see so many difference. For you, what is the best tire for you to ride off roads?
It kind of all depends. I really like riding this Burris Slick off road
Mm-hmm.
because the really gummy tire compound allows you to climb rocks, and I really enjoy riding trails with it. So, I mean, it's all up to your preference. The Vega isn't the best tire in general, just kind of its form factor and how it responds when you're leaning and carving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't the best, and it's a really firm rubber compound, so it doesn't climb as
Mm-hmm.
well. But it's still a very capable tire.
But
And
you use you don't use off road tire.
no, I mostly like I ride trails on a slick. I like treaded tires. They're really good for kind of cornering on gravel
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that and mud. But I just really enjoy using a slick. Like if you see me on these technical sections on this,
Mm-hmm.
much steeper than it looks. I prefer a slick because it allows me to pivot much faster than a
Mm-hmm.
treaded. But they're both still really capable tires. And there's not. I just for some reason I prefer a slick over a treaded. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's like me. That's why I changed it about maybe 1 month. But that was the first time I try off road tire, and I'm not liking. I prefer to have my slick tire off road, and most of my friends use it off road in off road. Tires, and I don't think that is very good. I think like you, I think that is very good like that. And the other thing is like this. Do you think this year you're going to go to the race?
Yes, yes. So right now I am at qualifiers. There's 3 qualifiers this year. There
Mm-hmm.
is one here in Eureka Springs, Arkansas this weekend. There is
Mm-hmm.
one in Las Vegas, May 1st and 2nd, and there is
Mm-hmm.
one in um, where I live in close where I live in Cherokee, North Carolina at Fire Mountain, and that is June, like first weekend of June.
Okay, and you are classified.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Like
that
I'm
is
going
very
to all
good.
those races.
And what happened in 2020? Was no race, or what happened?
There was a race for the rail. I didn't win it. Brendan Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
I in qualifiers I seated first,
Mm-hmm.
and just there was a corner at the end where I got past. Last corner about probably like 50 meters away from the finish. I just
Mm-hmm.
passed me at the last moment. It was about a 2-mile course, and he just passed me last minute and beat me.
And this year, do you think you're going to revenge?
That is my plan. I'm going into it. I've been training a lot, and that is kind of my plan. Is
that that that, that means that means you want to win
oh yes,
all prize.
yeah. Like I start training for next year's race for the rail the day after the race for the rail the previous year. So I've been working very hard to hopefully take the rail this year.
And what companies do you represent today? From the
Today, so at this moment, I represent the Float Life Chai Battery Systems. Burris Racing, so Burris tires. Rent e-boards out of Houston, and yeah, I think that's it.
That is very good because I think Flow Life is the best group you're going to have it.
And Armadillos. I'm also sponsored by Armadillos, the tire store.
I think they are fantastic. You're going to see everything in is Instagram, and if you see here, you can see it direct here. Is the guys from Flow Life. I think they are fantastic. I think they are one of the best groups in Europe. That is the only guys we can buy lots of things, and you're going to receive it in days. Everything. I think that is beautiful for us because for us to receive something from Onewheel in Europe is very difficult. That's why I think that is a privilege for you guys there, and I hope that it continues. Then I have another question: do you ever use bindings or something like that in your board?
No. So I really don't, and like I ride without flight fins or anything, just because like I feel like it's a more pure form of riding, and I really enjoy riding without them because it's kind of I feel it's better.
You are free with your feet.
Yes.
You can move it. That is what type of foot pads do you use?
I use a Cush High on the back. It allows me to kind of be really locked in on my back foot, and then I use, that's a Bang Bumper review. I use a and then I use a just the Float Life grip tape on the front.
Okay. And what type of grip tape is very good for you? That you say
Float Life. I use the Float Life grip tape. For me, it's my favorite.
But you like grippy, or do you like softer?
I don't really like the soft pads because I really want to be locked in on my board and be able to kind of. And I find that the Float Life allows me to be both locked into my board, and then when I'm nudging or bonking up stuff, allows my feet to move some.
Because it's important off-road to have your feet free.
Yes.
To do everything you want. Do you ever have an accident that you really hurt yourself?
Yeah. So I've gotten a concussion. I've broken my elbow. You can see the scar right there. Yeah, you can see the scar right there. I broke my elbow riding. I've gotten hit by a car once, and I've gotten a concussion. So yeah,
that can happen to everybody, my friend. I have here too the same.
There's always the good one-wheel scars.
There is always something to remember. And my friend, like I always said to everybody, do you feel that today the Onewheel is like your second family?
I think so. I enjoy riding with the people in the Onewheel community, and there's such a diverse group of people that's extremely interesting and fun to ride with everyone, and I really enjoy it.
And where you come, do you have lots of one-wheelers riding?
Yes. I do go. I travel around the U.S. a lot and go to group rides and stuff and ride with people, and it's very fun.
Yeah, but I say in your city or something like that, do you have lots of guys?
Yes, riding? There are a lot of one-wheels. They're they're not really grouped together very well. Like we do have a Facebook group and stuff, but we're not as active on group rides as some of like the Miami guys or the yeah.
But it's something because group rides for you as a rider. Do you like to go off-road with friends, or you prefer sometimes to put I see that you have lots of videos that you put your headphones and you are riding. Do you like to go alone and make your stuff alone, or you prefer to go with friends?
I like to go with people, and I like to ride with other people, but a lot of the times there's no one to ride with, so I'll just, because it's kind of like an after school thing. Like I'll come home, I'll pop my headphones in, I'll go ride for 45 minutes, go hit like 20 miles, and then I'm like ride for 45 minutes, get miles in. And it's
some
training. Like I get my miles.
Like me, my friend. I live not in the city like you, and most of the time I have to go alone because I don't have nobody to go. But sometimes it's very good for us to have something just to be free. And for you, my friend, in all this time that you are riding, what was the best moment, or one or two of the best moments that you till today that you say, okay, I'm going to keep it forever? Of course, of all is the 2019. That is
I think 2019 Race the Rail, and then I'm probably just Probably 2020. I really enjoyed riding with everyone and going and competing and riding as hard as I could. I didn't win, but it was still a really amazing experience, and I had a lot of fun. So yeah.
That is the important. That is sportlich, my friend,
Yeah.
and that makes you strong for you to win this year again.
Yeah,
And I'm here.
and like I said,
I love you, my friend. I think you are a very special person in this sport, and that the year that you win a supporter, because I think the way you write, and I see lots of videos from you, lots of things, and I think you are a very special person for this community, and you're going to bring lots of young guys and young girls to this sport. I know that expensive, but sometimes the father and the mom can always. Spend a little money with the kids and buy this expensive toy at the Onewheel. But I think that is the future. I think Onewheel is coming in a good way, and you show that. So then we're going to come just for you questions that I always ask, and you as a rider can say like this. Do you think, my friend, the future for the Onewheel family is going to be bigger than now, because we are close to 30,000 persons in the biggest groups? Do you think in the next year the Onewheel is going to be like the number one in the world of electric sports?
I mean, I think the Onewheel community has such like it has a large amount of momentum, and it is kind of everyone can ride a Onewheel. There's no real like everyone can ride a Onewheel, and there's really no barrier to entry. And I feel like that's an amazing thing. And compared to other PEVs, it's really reasonably priced. It is still expensive, but it is reasonably priced within the PEV market. And yes, and what you get an amazing bang for your buck when you buy a Onewheel. And so like I feel like the community has so much momentum, and so many people are buying Onewheels because they're amazing machines that I think it will continue to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And of course, do you think the Onewheel can come to Olympians as a sport?
I don't know. Like
I think that will be fantastic.
Yes, but it's kind of like if you I don't know. Like
I hope.
I hope so. I think it's a possibility. It's kind of like if you look at skateboarding. When skateboarding started, if someone asked, "Is this sport going to be in the Olympics?" everyone would have said no. And if kind of skateboarding didn't get into the Olympics, that would have been just straight up no. But there's a possibility it could be in the Olympics, but I don't know.
But don't forget that skate now is going to go to the Olympics.
Yes.
Is going to start it in Olympians, the skateboards, and I think you're going to start it the same too. I think there is a Red Bull is energy. What's the name in America?
Red Bull.
This energy drink. I don't know the name. Okay, Red Bull can support you guys more, because I think that is a sport that is coming better and better. I think that is going to be better for you guys to make some money, more money, and then you can invest more in quality. And this Monster Energy can help you guys more and more too. That is I think that is going to be great for all of you guys. And of course, you tell one important thing: Onewheel is not so expensive like electro skateboards or unicycles, or because they are $4,000, $5,000 today. They are very, very expensive. And for you, my friend, like I always tell to everybody, what do you expect to happen in this year, 2021?
So my plan for 2021, I'm going to college in Christchurch, New Zealand next in February. So I'm kind of going to get in as much riding in the U.S. as I possibly can. Go to all the qualifiers. I will be back for races. So yeah.
That is good, my friend. And you're going to continue to make just Onewheel, or you're going to make the two sports, because you have the second sport that we show here?
Oh yeah. So I also whitewater paddleboard, and I'm going to continue to do that. I have sponsors in that as well, and I will continue to go to the whitewater paddleboarding race circuit and training for that. It's kind of, I do both, and yeah.
And what is the difference? Just for everybody to know, what is the difference from one sport to the other? Of course, one is in water, one is in land. But what is how can you explain the difference from one sport to the other one? If somebody don't know a little about this sport, what can you explain for everybody? I'm just going to put it here because I think it's a very fantastic sport. I'm showing here one of the you riding. How many hours do you need? Do you need to have so much? Because you need to have power in your arms, in your legs to control. Because you do it in a different way. You do a stand.
Yeah. It's like how you stand up paddleboard on a lake or something, and it's just doing that on a board specifically designed for whitewater paddleboarding, and you just find out whitewater like rapids through waves and stuff, and yeah.
There is some pictures from you riding. I think that is a video how you start. Do you have all the year to do it, or there is some time, some part of the year that you can do it?
I do it all year round because you can wear
travel
stuff. Yeah, I don't travel. The kind of stand-up paddleboard season is around spring, so now, but there haven't been races because of COVID and stuff. So it kind of, yeah, so it's like spring and during summer for most of the whitewater paddleboard races.
I think that is a very nice sport. I never do it in my life. That is one of the sports, but because I come from a country, we do more windsurf, and we do bodyboard. But this sport, I never try it.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to wrap up in a second because I have, I'm just with a ton of people from.
Okay, my friend, I just want to say thank you very much for coming.
No problem.
I hope that you win this year. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to support you. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day, and I hope to see you very soon. And thank you for coming. And for everybody there, bye-bye. Thank you. And